Are you tired of boring, flavorless weeknight dinners? Say goodbye to chicken and broccoli for the millionth time, and hello to our chicken with Dijon cream sauce. Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of Let's Celebrate TV. I'm your host, Peter Lee. Today, our celebration is all about a main course. We're making my chicken with Dijon cream sauce. Let's get started. We're starting out with chicken breasts, boneless, skinless. I have 4 here that I've pounded out with my meat mallet. You can use a heavy saucepan or frying pan. And I pound them out to about 1/2 inch thick, which is a little over 1 centimeter. That's just to get them an even thickness, which will help them cook evenly. We're just going to season them with salt and pepper generously. We're going to season both sides of these. Now, we have a nice large skillet here. I'm going to put the heat on, around medium. And we're going to heat some oil, about a tablespoon, maybe a generous tablespoon of olive oil. While this is heating up, we're going to dredge these chicken breasts in some flour. I've got about 4 tablespoons or so of flour in a dish. You don't need a lot. And we're just going to dredge them, so we're lightly coating them. Now, why am I doing that? This is going to help them brown, and it's going to ultimately thicken up our sauce. Now you don't need a thick coating, just like that. Pretty simple. All right, our oil is just starting to shimmer. I'm seeing a couple little wisps of smoke, so we're going to put this in. Now you may not get a big sizzle, and that's okay. We're not deep frying. There we go. Now you may have to do this in batches depending on the size of your pan. It's been about 10 minutes or so. It took me that long to cook my chicken, and I did it in batches because I didn't want to crowd the pan. I used my temperature probe. They're all reading over 150. So I'm going to put some foil on them, and we're just going to let these hang out over here. Now let's build the sauce. To our same pan, I'm going to add 1 finely diced shallot. Shallot is kind of a cross between garlic and onion. Some people say they're mild. I don't find them mild at all. I find them quite sharp, but they're delicious. Perfect for sauces, vinaigrettes. Already flavorful. We're just going to give them a couple moments until they start to soften. You may need to add a drop of oil. I think I do here, and that's okay, but really just a drop. You don't need to add a lot. Already these are starting to turn translucent, which means they're starting to soften. Next up is some dry white wine. I have here 8 ounces or 240 mils of dry white wine. I'm using a Sauvignon Blanc today. Now I'm going to turn the heat down because I don't want to add alcohol to a screaming hot pan, just for safety's sake. All right, now we can turn that heat back up a bit. This is deglazing the pan. It's getting all those brown bits up from the bottom of the pan, and it's going to add a lot of flavor. All right, next up is some chicken stock. 12 ounces, 360 mils, right in our pan. Now I'm going to turn the heat up on this. I'm going to bring it up to a boil, and then I'm going to turn the heat down a bit. We're going to let it simmer uncovered, stirring it once in a while. We want this to reduce by about half. That's going to intensify the flavors. It's going to give the alcohol in the wine a chance to cook off as well. Okay, our stock mixture is reduced by half. I turn the heat way down. Now we're going to add some cream. I have 8 ounces, 240 mils of light cream. Now you can use heavy cream if you like. I just prefer in this dish the lighter cream. I'm going to give it a good stir. And it looks for a moment like it's curdled. Don't worry, it hasn't, it's fine. Just give it a good stir. Next up is Dijon mustard, hence the Dijon cream sauce. I have a very generous tablespoon of Dijon. You can add more. You can maybe add a little less if you prefer, but I love it. So this is a good amount for me. We're going to stir this up. And we're going to let this thicken. Maybe 3 to 5 minutes. All right, we've gone a little over 3 minutes. My sauce is thickening up nicely. So we're gonna get ready for tasting next. It's been 5 whole minutes. My sauce is reduced. We're gonna give this a little taste for seasoning right now. And this is the chance, if you need to adjust for salt and pepper, this is when you do it. I think we need just a little bit more pepper. Now this is not thick like a gravy, but it's luscious. So let's try this chicken. I have one of my breasts here. I'm going to cut this into strips. Do use tongs, unlike me this time. Delicious. Okay, let's get this over on the plate. That little piece too. Make this a little pretty for myself. Now we're going to spoon this luscious sauce right over the top. Now if you wanted to, you could put these chicken breasts back in the sauce and serve it that way. I really prefer doing it this way for each person's plate. Now I would serve this over a bed of rice, or maybe some couscous would be lovely. Some sort of pasta to soak up that sauce. All right, that's good for me. One more little thing. I have some sliced green parts of a scallion. We're just gonna put a few on top, a little color, and that's gonna reinforce that flavor from those shallots. Oh, let's have this at the ready too. So let's give this a taste. That's really good. There is such an intense chicken flavor from the chicken itself, from that stock that we reduced down. You get the cream, makes it unctuous and luscious. The wine, you get the wine flavor in the background, but it's not alcoholic. It's that nice brightness that it gives. And the chicken is super tender and juicy. Let's add a little Old Fields to wash it all down. Delicious. All right, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, remember, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and you'll get to see us in all of our videos. Now, while I go devour my delicious chicken in Dijon cream sauce, I want you to watch some of these episodes over here. So until next time, everyone, cheers.